Ew.
What? Huh? What? I can't hear you. I have a banana in my ear. I gotta go.
You need a puppy girl?
2, 3, 4.
Alright, so I'm here with my French brothers from another mother. And we just got them here to interview them. Just ask a couple questions for this iMovie project that we're doing for sociology class. Alright, I'm here with OT, Omar Teagle, you know, the infamous. It's like, nah. But yeah, so I guess JB will ask you the first question.
Yeah, first question is briefly you describe how your childhood went.
So my childhood was very, very simple and easy and very calm, like all the children at the same age, I guess. I just went to school and played basketball during my free time, but I wasn't very, very good at school, and I preferred to do stupid things like I've got involved with the law a couple times, and that's the way I can describe my childhood in France.
Okay. Right. First question I just want to ask, like, how was your childhood in Philly?
I mean, my childhood in Philly was, like probably any other regular childhood. It's just that it wasn't as free. Like, it ain't no suburban childhood. You just can't be running around anywhere, doing anything, you know. Got a lot of old heads that we call them, whatever, on the block. And you just try to grow up not to do the same thing they doing, whatever. They doing, not what they was doing was not good, whatever. But my child was regular. We run around, play wiffle ball in the corner, racing, go to the corner store, get 25-cent hug, 25-cent bag of chips. Any other hood that's how it was.
Next question. So you like, how did your family shape the way you are now?
My parents raised me in a way that makes respect the priority.
Okay.
For them to be respectful and to be polite is the thing that allow you to move forward in your life. They always remember me my priority, like school is something that make you do whatever you want in your life. But since I was 15, they always let me whatever I wanted to do. I just had to remember my priorities and to don't forget that work hard to be...
Okay.
Next question, I guess. Coming from your parents, how did they're raising you affect you as a man now?
Yeah, my parents always on me, so like even we was in that type of neighborhood, my parents didn't just let me do anything I wanted to do or whatever. Like they was always on top of me with school, and I was in sports and stuff. Like I was always in sports and stuff, so all the other kids probably wasn't doing the same thing I was doing. Like I was raised differently than all the other kids around the block or whatever. Like I always had the best, so they was always on me, and that helped me where I'm at now. I'm in college. Most of my cousins and stuff on the block right now doing what the old kids was doing, so I'm like one of them that wasn't doing that. So
okay. Next question. Now, here in America, religion is like a big part. Can be a big part. Like me, I'm Muslim. So, you know, religion plays a big part and a big role in what I do. It shapes, like, my actions. So, in France, is that a big role for y'all, or is religion a big thing for y'all?
I mean, in France, there's not a lot of people who believe in God. Like Clement and I, we don't believe in God. And I think this is the big difference between US and France. Like in the United States, there is a lot of religious people, and in France, it's not a big deal.
Okay.
Is there a certain reason why you don't believe in God?
Maybe because of our education. For me, my parents didn't told me or speak to me about religion, so when I grew up, I didn't know anything about religion. So
okay.
That's why maybe.
So you know, I'm Muslim. You're a Muslim. So would you say, like, with Islam and our religion, does that like play a key part in your life?
definitely. I think twice about everything before I do something. So like, say I'm about to do something bad, like I'm thinking about it, cause it's gonna come to me with me to my grave. So I'm always Islam definitely keep me on the straight path and keep me from doing the stuff that other people is doing. So yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. So last thing, what is like a big difference or differences you see from France and America?
The big difference?
Yeah.
The culture.
Culture.
First. Yes, there is a lot of aspects in American culture which are very different from our culture in France. I don't know.
For example, everything is big here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cars, the roads. In France, you will find a lot of small cars.
Okay.
And here, I never saw
Big
no,
big
maybe
bad.
one. Maybe one.
Right.
And one of the differences, like, the people here are very involved in sports.
Right.
And in France, it's not a very big deal. Like, we play sports just for fun and not in the university or
Okay.
It's competitive.
yeah, we're not very less competitive than American people in sports.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. You know, thanks for your time.
All right, we're here with another one of our close friends, Miss Nicole Mueller. All right, we're here with another interviewee. It's with Miss Chantel Fung.
Yes.
Anyway, first question we want to ask: describe your childhood in a rural area. Rural area, please.
All right. I grew up on a farm, so I didn't have like many people to play with. So me and my brother would usually go out, you know, ride dirt bikes. We'll go out play with the animals, go hiking and whatnot. Just do different things around the farm. We had neighbors. They lived about a mile away, so we saw them like once a week, hang out with them.
First question: would you briefly describe your childhood, how that went in California?
My childhood, I definitely lived in a bubble. Everything was really strict. My parents had to know where I was, at what time, when, where, everything possible, who I was with, when they were going to pick me up, when I got to my destination, like walking wise or anything. Like I was under control in every way, shape, and form. Yeah, so when it came to like just saying, oh, I'm just about to do this, they're like, no, who are you going to be with, where, when, and all that craziness. Blew up my cell phone a lot.
Let's talk about, because we both from the same high school, so talk about the PG school systems and like the school systems that are around us, like different people in the different school systems that are around us now as we're in college.
Oh, what? That's totally different, right? They know everything.
Yeah.
Like our school district was the worst. Like, you know, so we might be in class and they know how to write a paper that we never even wrote. Like grammar wise, like we'd be like, what? Or like for example, you might be in a math class, everybody already ahead of you in the math, but you don't know nothing about this math. You just started, so the teacher might come in and just start on first day. This is that, we on here, but you so far behind that you not even caught up with everybody because everybody already did it already except for you. So you gotta do extra tutoring and all that. So yeah, it's definitely different. Definitely different for the other school districts.
All right, well, thanks for your time. That's all we had today.
No problem, Lemo.
All right. Okay, so in school, how has your school like shaped you and like your education? Would you say it's top class education, or you know, like where I come from, a PG school system? I don't think it's that well. So like, what are your views?
They really focused and pushed us in schools. One thing that is different with our school was you had to take 3 years of an ag class, agriculture, FFA, all that stuff, and you had to take a technology class to work on like engineering, like motors and stuff, welding. So they kind of shaped us more towards the agricultural ways.
Let me see your schooling.
School system.
So with your school system, would you say that was a good school system that you was raised in, and has it helped you, you know, get through your college, you know, classes and things like that?
As far as how the school ran?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely, because my high school, we had the International Baccalaureate program, so I know you guys probably heard of AP,
Yeah.
but we also have IB, and there's only a couple schools that have IB, and that's for like international. So if I wanted to go elsewhere, like outside the United States, my credits would transfer there. So we had that program. I guess they said it was a little bit above AP. So yeah, that definitely helped me because when I went to college, I thought this was all like high school work. So I was just like, hey, awesome, this is great. So it was easy for me. I didn't have to. There was no struggles really, except for maybe the amount of work. But I even had a lot of work in high school, so I was used to that. There were 6 classes, plus on top of the 3 sports I played, and just doing other extracurriculars.
See, and I could definitely tell that's a big difference from my school system. 'Cause
Yeah.
my school system was totally middle school, and like it was just terrible. PG County school system was terrible.
Your parents, how did your religion-wise, how did your parents handle that?
My dad's Catholic, and my mom's non-denominational. So it was interesting growing up. My dad really wanted to push me Catholic, but once I got to about 15, I started kind of making my own way through it.
Just religion. Was your parents big on religion growing up for you?
My mom definitely is because she went to church, religious school pretty much her whole life from K through 12. She tried enforcing that on us when we were young. My dad isn't a huge religious person, so that's what got us out of that whole being strict into the lifestyle. But once we got into high school, my sister and I, that's when we started becoming confirmed and started becoming, got our first communion and stuff like that. Like, I'm not a super religious person where I go to church. I have to go to church every Sunday, but I still value like everything I've learned, and I still, look up to God for answers, stuff like that.
So, what else? Next question.
I got you describe the difference between Cali and Winchester.
School-wise or just like lifestyle?
In
wise?
general.
Lifestyle, like with
How
your
is it
peers,
different?
from there.
Okay, well, the first thing when I came out here was definitely a lot of country, for sure. Another thing I noticed when I came out here is that racism is like a huge thing. Like, in California, people talk about it, but you don't see it a lot. It's not like as much as people say out here. Like when I get Shenandoah, people are like, "Oh, they're doing this because I'm so and so race." Back home, it's like, "Yeah, you're so and so race," but I feel like everyone still gets treated the same. Like maybe in certain areas where it's like more country, so to speak, in California, but otherwise in areas that we live in, we're so diverse. Like there's so many. I'm Filipino, Vietnamese, and white. So like, what are they gonna classify me as? Like, I don't know, white maybe. And then there's others who are black and Puerto Rican, or there's others who are Portuguese and whatever. Like there are so many races out there. It's not even possible to even grasp the whole racism concept. So that was a shock to me when people keep saying, "Oh, racism this. I grew up like this." Like maybe my grandma would be able to say all that because she like lived during that time, but otherwise for us there wasn't even a big deal.
Okay. All right, so we're in college. This is more of a, I guess you could say, or it's like a city type place. It's not a big city, but it's not as rural as like where you come from. So
the houses are closer together.
Yeah. So how do you think that plays a role on, you got peers you with every day, more interaction.
What are the differences between that and here?
I'm not used to being around so many people at one time, so I do get awkward. I don't mean to. I don't know. It's just weird having to cross roads all the time to get to class. I don't like that very much. And I don't know. I've met a lot of interesting people, like you city folk. Even though you make fun of me, I love you for it. I've learned a lot. There's more than just the country way of living.
Okay. Country girl.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your time. Thanks for your time.
This is the conclusion of our project. We've definitely learned a lot about, socialization and different people's cultures, values, and all that, religion, the norms. So, like I said, it's a conclusion. So you in the back, you can wake up. I've learned a lot, too. Hopefully you can tell, like, the differences between, a person from a rural country to, OT and Philly, being in the city, to Chantel being over in the West Coast. And then the French kids, their ways, different values, religion with them, and different things like that. So definitely have learned a lot. We hope you enjoy.
All that time to the next time.